Welcome back to another exciting fishing adventure. It is windy here. And it's kind of dark on the screen too. There, that's better. Hi. Yeah, windy, 20, 25, 30, I don't know. It's windy. I'm gonna have to weight everything down, make sure it doesn't blow away. Vanilla tiger nuts is what I'm fishing with for the hook bait. And I'm wearing a camouflage hat so I can be sneaky and sneak up on the fish so they won't see me. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon. This is a late afternoon / sunset evening session. It's late September, so sun goes down about 7:30 this time of year. It'll be dark by 8:30. This is a spot that I've never fished before. This is a lake that's relatively new to me, and there's just a bunch of exploring to be done, and this is what I'm doing again today. Never fished this spot before, but it looked pretty juicy on the map, mainly because there's a little bit of a flat area out in the water compared to most of this shoreline here. It kind of drops off pretty steep. You can see the hillside here, and that just continues down into the water. You know, and only 25-30 yards out there, it's like 12 feet deep. But there's a little flatter area here before it drops off. That's under the water. That's gonna get me about 4 to 6 feet of water. And when I got here, I noticed that there are some weeds here. I could see some clumps of weeds. Real close to the shoreline here though, and so I don't know, we'll see how that goes. It might be too weedy, I don't know. I didn't expect any weeds here, but we'll see how it goes. One thing I have noticed fishing on other parts of the lake, I've noticed that boats like to troll back and forth along this shoreline, but I couldn't tell from where I was in the other part of the lake how close they troll, but I don't know, we'll see. There's not very many boats out. It's, like I said, it's really windy. Got just a little bit of pack bait left over from the previous session that I'm just going to use to get started here, and then I'll go ahead and make some more pack bait, and you'll get to see exactly how I make the pack bait. I don't do that very much on these videos anymore, make the pack bait on the video. You know, if there's I've got this video that I made last winter that for everybody who wants to learn about exactly how I make the bait. And it's called like the ultimate pack bait video or something like that, and there's 50 different variations of this kind of oats pack bait that I like to use. It's just a compilation of 50 different times that I made the bait on video during a fishing video. And just to give you some ideas, this carp bait thing is not an exact science, and I don't think that the carp are picky at all. We're talking about an animal that literally eats poop. Like, they will sit underneath the bridge and eat the bird poop as it's falling into the water. So I don't think they're picky eaters, and your pack bait recipe does not need to be anything special or precise. It does, however, need to stay in its place so it'll be right next to the hook bait. That is the critical part. What it's made of, not very important. Let's see what the condition of the water is over here today. Huh, looks pretty dang good. I don't see any algae in the water. Oh, I guess there's a little bit of algae, but not much. The algae was pretty thick last time I was here, so that's cleared up, or at least it is in this spot. There might be algae blooms on the other side of the lake, I don't know. So the wind is blowing from my right to left really strong that way, and I'm not going to try and fight it at all. I'm just going to cast both my lines off to my left here with the wind, so I don't get any big bows in my lines, because if I try to cast straight out or against the wind, I'm just going to get this big bow in my line, and then it's going to move my bait around. It's just a bad idea. I like to try and go with the wind when it's this strong. It's really the only way to go. Not casting very far. That was probably 25 yards off the bank here. That seemed a little deeper than I expected. I don't know, 7 feet, something like that. Maybe I don't need to cast quite so far. I'm not going to do any casting of sinkers or feeling the bottom or checking for weeds. I'm just going to start fishing, and the first couple times that I reel in to rebait, I'll learn some things about the status of the weeds or things like that. I kind of like to do that whenever I can, rather than Rather than spend a half an hour probing around with the sinker, I'd rather just spend a half an hour fishing and then see what happens when I reel back and see what I get for weeds. This wind's really bad. I don't know. I'm hoping it dies down a little bit when the sun starts going down. Sometimes that happens. All right, make some new pack bait, I guess. Got my back to the wind, so hopefully you can hear what I'm saying. 8 or 9 cups old-fashioned oats, around 2 cups sweet feed pellets. Oh, I see an easy open can. What's that? Hot chili beans. Love it. Let's do it. Hot chili beans going in. And since those are not very liquidy, I know I'm going to need to add some water here. Grab a little water out of my bucket here. About half a can or so. And like I said before, it's not rocket surgery here, okay? A little too wet, add more dry ingredients. A little too dry, add a little bit more water. A quick mix up, and that's it. That just needs to sit for like 10 minutes until the oats start absorbing some of that liquid and become sticky. Uh-oh. We got Bodie McBoatface down there. He's literally about 20 feet off the bank. Let's see if I was just rebaiting. Maybe I'll wait and cast out and see what Mr. Bodie is going to do. Seems like maybe he's heading out a little bit now. Yeah, it seems like he's heading away from shore a little bit. That's good. Yeah, that Bodie McBoatface, I saw that on the internet. Some town had some like boat that they were gonna, it was like some historical boat or something that they were gonna let the citizens choose the name of, and they just let people submit a name, and then people on Facebook just voted for it, and it ended up making it Bodie McBoatface. That kind of backfired on them, I think, letting the people do what they want without any guidance. Yeah, that's what you get. You get Bodie McBoatface. Yeah, he did move out. He's about 50 yards out now, which is plenty for. I'm not out very far, so I appreciate that. I don't know if he did that because of me or it's just coincidence, but if he did, that's cool. Business. I was not feeling optimistic about the fishing here, mainly because of the wind. It's a little after 5 o'clock, so I've been here almost 2 hours, I think. That's nice. Really shallow right here, just 10 feet off the bank, off from here where I'm going to be netting this fish. It's only like a foot of water, so that's going to be a factor. Hopefully that once I get this fish close, he doesn't bump into any of these rocks in this super shallow water here. Got him. Yeah, the first fish of this session is pretty small one, 5-6 pounds be my guess. I'm not going to put a scale on them, but I'm glad to have them. Like I said, I was not feeling very optimistic just to the conditions. I don't know, just didn't feel very carpy over here, but at least there's one fish swimming around. I haven't seen any fish surfacing, but again, the waves on the water, there probably are fish surfacing. I'm just not seeing them because of all the waves. Back in the water. Back into the windy lake you go. Get out of here. See ya. Here we go. Yeah, fish on. Perfect timing. Just finished eating my dinner. It's about 6:30. The wind has reduced slightly. I think it's down, it's down from 25 probably down to the upper teens, 15 to 20. I don't know what I got here. It's not fighting very hard. got the rod tip pointed at the sky. I'm really trying to keep him up in that top part of the water column so he doesn't sweep my line across from side to side and catch big bundles of weeds. Get these weeds off of here. Oh yeah, it's a real good fish. Oh yeah, stick that big tail up, throw some water around, that's great. Yeah, it's a real good fish. Are you tired? Oh, come on. I thought he was tired, but I guess not. There was a lot of pack bait left on that feeder there. Get in the net. Arrgh. I think that with the water being cooler, I think the pack bait takes longer to break down. All right, it's time for you to get in my net. Okay, gotcha. He de-hooked himself in the net, I guess. Oh no, he is hooked in the belly. I wonder if I don't know. I wonder if he got hooked when he was just poking around trying to eat this pack bait, or if he was hooked in the mouth and then it caught him down here. Let me look again. No, I don't think he was ever hooked in the mouth. I think this fish was just gobbling, came from this direction and started eating the pack bait, and this hook bait was right here, and the hook swung up and got him on his underbelly while he was going after the pack bait there. 17 and a half in the net. Yeah, 14, 15 pound fish, beauty. It's all coming together. The big fish are starting to show up. The wind is starting to go away. Sun is going down. It's all coming together. Interesting hook on this fish. Got him under here while he was surely he was munching on the pack bait, and that hook swung up and got him down here. Very cool 15 pounder. Back he goes. Get your nose out of there. You ready to go? You're free to leave whenever you want. I'm gonna give you a nudge. There you go. Well, I got a couple of scales impaled on the hook here. Get those off and check the sharpness of the hook here. And it's still real good. Went right through those scales, no problemo. Yeah, I was really hoping for a reduction in wind at sunset, and it seems like it's happening. I'm grateful for that, because that wind was pretty obnoxious. Of course, now that the wind is dying down, that was keeping the bugs away, so I'm sure the bugs will be making their appearance here real soon. It's been 10 minutes. Oh yeah. I was just thinking a good title for this video would be "It All Came Together at Sunset." I was just thinking about that, like, yes, I catch a bunch of fish at sunset. That'd be a great title. We'll see. The way this fish is fighting has all the indications of a large fish, but the biggest fish I ever caught, 38 pound grass carp, didn't fight at all. It got hooked and then it was just like dead weight until I got it in the net, and then it went crazy. And that is on video from several years ago. If you ever want to go back and watch that, it's pretty goofy video. I brought the fish up on the bank, and then it was flopping around on the bank so much, and it was on a hill. It started flopping around, and the fish just tumbled down the hill and back into the water. And it was still hooked, so I netted it again for the second time. Oh, this fish is definitely hooked in the mouth. I saw his mouth come up, and the hook is in the mouth. Come on. That was slick. Yeah, smaller fish. 6, 7, 8 pounds. I don't know. Not gonna weigh them. Yeah, big giant fish are fun, but these are the bread and butter of carp fishing for me, and they're a lot of fun too. Yeah, they always want to swim down. That makes sense. There they go. See ya. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, a little fish. It's got an interesting little scale. I don't know if we could call that a blemish, but a variance, something right there. Otherwise, the scales are really tight packed together scales, except for that part right there. Interesting. Little guy. Well, the sun went down and the wind died, and so did the bite. So I don't know what to think about that. I guess instead of, I'd hoped to call this video "It All Came Together at Sunset," but I guess maybe it should be titled "It All Fell Apart at Sunset," huh? I'm gonna get out of here. It's been dark for like an hour. There's nothing happening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.